Hey there, 30 here, and today I've decided to create this video because I wanted to share something with you and hopefully it adds value to your life. And just like that, part 4 is on the way! Let's go! Si Manny Pacquiao pag nagpa-practice siya. Well, I'm pretty excited and stoked today because the topic that we're going to be talking about is very interesting and I can't wait to share it with you. But before anything else, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the third video. Maraming salamat po sa suporta and I hope that you've learned something from that video. Kasi kung hindi, para saan pa yung buhay na ito? The joke lang. Well, so here's the question for today. Ever curious to know why night shifts are called graveyard shifts? Siguro naman this time may pakialam na kayo. Well, this topic is for those people who have worked in the night shift before, are currently working the night shift, or meron kayong natanggap na trabaho and you're expected to work this kind of shift and you don't know what to do. Isama na din natin siguro yung mga curious lang malaman, walang experience but they want to know more about it. Pati na rin yung mga aksidenteng napunta dito kasi napilit po kayo, pasensya na po. But I hope that I can make your time worthwhile. So, going back to the question, bakit nga ba tinawag na graveyard shift yung night shift? Well, historically speaking, it's unclear who specifically coined the term graveyard shift, but this started and originated in the western part of the world, specifically in the US, where night watchmen and night workers often had to work near graveyards, yung mga cemetery or libingan, because those places needed to be guarded to avoid grave robbing and other prohibited activities. Kasi noong mga unang panahon na yon, talagang talamak yung mga ganong activities. So those places needed to be guarded. Also, yung term na graveyard shift was applied to workers who worked through the night when most activities ceased and quietness prevailed. Ito yung mga tapos na yung office hours, school hours, tapos most of the business operations tapos na rin. Kaya sobrang tahimik talaga. Parang nasa cemetery talaga tsaka libingan. Sobrang tahimik. Now, in terms of the hours, in the western part of the world, they would consider it to be between 12 a.m. midnight to 8 a.m. Pero sa atin kasi, as long as nag-start ka ng gabi, parang ganun na rin yun eh. But if you want to go technical, according to RA 11701, night shift from the Philippines or in the Philippines start from 10 p.m. and ends at 6 a.m. the following day. So kung pasok yung schedule mo doon sa time frame na yun, you're definitely working the graveyard shift. And iba-iba yung preference natin when it comes to work schedule. Some people, they would prefer to be working in the night shift. I personally know who would fight for a night shift schedule than the morning schedule. Tapos meron naman din iba na gusto nila morning shift kasi normal yung buhay. And I feel like most of us would want to be working the morning shift kasi normal. And there are a lot of challenges that you can face when you work the night shift. And speaking of which, one of the major concerns ng mga nagtatrabaho sa gabi is yung health issues. Working these hours can present potential health impacts such as sleep disorders, fatigue, sobrang kapaguran, and even mental health issues. I personally know someone who have struggled with mental health issues because of working this shift. So iba talaga yung hirap. Kaya nga siguro tinawag siya na graveyard shift because yung isa mong paa ay nakatapak doon sa ukay. Because it's really risky. Number 2, social life. Working these hours can definitely affect your social interactions and family time. And to be honest, hindi lang family time eh. Pati din yung time mo sa barkada mo. And at some point, you would have to say no because you would just want to get more rest para hindi ka bangag sa shift mo. And it's not because you don't want to, ayaw mo silang makasama, but you're just trying to be practical kasi pagka may tulog ka, mas productive ka sa trabaho. So, marami talagang beses na makakapag-no ka sa kanila unless you can prioritize or manage your time well. But for the most part, ganun ang magiging scenario. And number 3, safety concern, especially for those people who are commuting and don't have their own transportation and are expected to report on site. So, especially kung ang oras ng shift mo is 10 p.m., 11 p.m., or even 12 a.m., minsan kasi wala ng jeep nun. So, sobra talagang delikado dumaan sa mga madidilim na lugar. Pati na din yung mga umuuwi ng mga 4 or 3 a.m. sobrang aga. And aside from that, kung wala ng jeepney, you would probably end up booking a Grab or a Maxim para lang makarating dun sa office, and that's gonna cost you a fortune. So, medyo mahal din yun. So, those are some of the things and the challenges that you would experience working this shift. Marami pa to pero ito lang mostly yung makikita nyo if you're gonna search online. Pero, bukod sa challenges, syempre meron din namang benefits yung mga yan. Hindi naman magtatrabaho. Kung walang benefits, naku, wala na magtatrabaho sa night shift. So, pinaka number 1 dyan would be higher pay. Well, there are companies out there who offer and give out benefits, bonuses, and incentives for those people working the night shift. Dito sa atin sa Pinas, sikat to, we have what we call night shift differential or night differential pay. Some companies will give out 10%, yung iba naman 20 to 30%. So malaki-laki talaga. And I think this is probably the major reason why people like to work the night shift. Kasi mayaman ka talaga. I remember back in 2015, I was just 19 years old when I started working in a call center. BPO yun. And I was pretty excited when I got my first paycheck. Nasa shift pa ako nun, but I was really, really excited to go out, to clock out because I wanted to go to Jollibee and order my favorite meal. Tapos hintayin lang ako ng konti. I'm gonna go to the mall to buy new clothes and new shoes. Kasi feeling ko one day millionaire ako, sobrang yaman ko. And that was in 2015. Nasa 2024 na tayo ngayon. Mas malaki talaga yung nakukuha ng mga nag-work sa night shift compared to the morning shift. And this may not apply to all of the industries, syempre. Pero mostly, mas malaki talagang offer kasi mas mataas yung risk sa kanila. Now, another thing is career opportunities. When you're working these hours, it can open doors for career advancement and skill development. So, mahahasa ka talaga pag nag-work ka ng gabi. And number 3, less supervision. Some workers may enjoy the autonomy and less direct supervisions during these hours. Hindi lahat, no? Again, hindi lahat. If you're working in a call center, nasa BPO industry ka, tapos yung account mo is telco o kaya customer service, naku, dudugo yung bibig mo sa kakamubog ng mga calls all throughout the shift. And those people who have worked in telco or CSR, TSR know what I'm talking about and can vouch for me kasi sobrang hirap talaga. Feeling ko hindi na kayo talaga makahinga and you're just dragging yourself to work because alam mo kung ano yung mangyayari sa trabaho mo because it's really, really hard. So those are, some of the benefits. Marami pa to, no? But I feel like these are some of the major things that you can actually get from working the night shift. Now, in my case, I've been working for 3 years now in total in the night shift. And if I told you that working that shift is an easy thing to do, I'd be lying to you. Kasi sa totoo lang, hindi talaga madali. I had to sacrifice a lot of things. I had to endure a lot of hardships and pain just for me to be able to survive dito sa shift nito. And I think I remember I had a week bago ako mag-start dun sa night shift ko for the first time in my life. So I had to do some research. Nag-order ako ng mga kung ano-ano sa Lazada para lang ma-prepare ko yung room ko para mas maganda yung tulog ko sa umaga. And these are some of the tips that I've done na nakatulong naman sa akin. Pero disclaimer lang, no, because I wanted to share them with you. It may have worked out for me pero hindi sa'yo. Pero you can consider these tips and check mo kung makakatulong sila sa'yo. Number 1, stay hydrated. Drink lots of water and isama mo na din yung vitamins for extra precaution. Because I feel like drinking water or yung water mismo is the most underrated medicine and vitamin in the world. Libre na nga minsan hindi pa iniinom. So I would want to encourage you to drink lots of fluids to avoid dehydration. Number 2, if you're having a hard time sleeping during the day, make your room as comfy and dark as possible. Kasi importante yan para maganda yung tulog mo. What I did was I bought blackout curtains, yung mga makakapal na curtains para walang liwanag na makakapasok sa yung room. And that what you're doing is you're trying to trick your mind na kahit umaga pa, iisipin ng isip mo na gabi na, so makikipag-cooperate yan sa'yo at makakatulog ka ng maayos. And also, that would include to make your room comfy is installing an AC sa room mo o kaya electric fan. Basta malamig lang at makakatulong sa pagtulog mo. I think it's also very important that you talk with your family members. Kung meron kang mga ina-expect na deliveries from Lazada or Shopee, ibigay mo na agad yung bayad para hindi ka nila istorbohin. Tapos, sabihin mo kung anong oras ka natutulog para hindi ka nila katukin. Kasi may mga kilala ako na kahit konting kaluskos lang, konting katok lang, nagigising talaga sila, hindi malalim yung tulog nila. And ang ending, hindi na sila makakatulog. So, talk to your family members kung meron kang kasama sa bahay. Kung wala naman, congratulations to you. And number 3, have a consistent body clock. Pati sa weekends, isama nyo. Dapat 7 straight yan, at least in your first few months. Because you wanna have a consistent body clock para masanay yung katawan mo. Ngayon, when you're fully adjusted, kung gusto mong i-tweak ng konti, pwede naman. Pero it's very, very important that you're consistent, even sa weekends. Ganun talaga, you'll have to sacrifice something to gain something. Now, with all of the things that I've mentioned, the challenges and the benefits, bakit sa tingin nyo marami pa ring mga Pinoy, yung mga Pinoy na gustong magtrabaho sa night shift? And I'm pretty sure lahat ng mga nanonood dito na nag-work sa night shift before, can attest to what I'm talking about right now, na sobrang hirap talaga mag-work sa night shift. Pero ano nga ba naman yung hirap doon sa mga taong gustong kumita ng mas malaking pera para makatulong sa pamilya nila, mabayaran yung mga bills nila sa bahay, sumagana yung buhay, at sa pinakasimpleng dahilan na gusto mo lang talagang mabili yung gusto mo? Wala. Kayang-kaya nila yan. Well, but in reality, it's really challenging. Katulad nga nung nabanggit ko, kaya siguro graveyard shift yung tawag sa kanya is because yung isang paa mo nakaapak doon sa hukay. Because it's really, really difficult. But, listen to me. Pag alam mo yung purpose mo sa hirap, alam mo yung purpose ng hirap mo, you will definitely thrive, kakayanin at itutuloy mo to. Pansinin nyo yung mga magulang na maraming anak. I'm pretty sure nung nanganak sila, sobrang hirap ng pinagdaanan nila. Pero why would they give birth to another child again? Bakit nanganganak pa rin sila? It's because they know the joy of having children. They know the joy of having family. They know the joy of having all of those experiences, life lessons, at lahat ng mga natutunan nila sa buhay, ma-impart nila yon sa kanilang mga anak because that's gonna make their life more meaningful. Talagang pag alam mo yung dahilan ng purpose ng paghihirap mo, you're gonna thrive. We all have different reasons, purposes, and goals in life why we do whatever we do and why we work this kind of shift. And lahat ng yun ay valid. And if ever comes to a point where you're giving up, sumusuko ka na, please remember all of those reasons, those purposes, and those goals why you have them in the first place. Because it's gonna be your drive to thrive in this kind of setup. So, from the bottom of my hypothalamus, saludo ako doon sa mga sundalong gising paggabi, making sure na ang kinabukasan ng kanilang natutulog na pamilya ay masasagot and masiguradong meron silang pagkain na makikita sa kanilang mga mesa paggising nila. Well, I hope you've learned something today. Thank you so much for tuning in and for watching this video. If you like this kind of video, please consider to subscribe so you get updated with an upcoming videos. Thank you and have a good one. Bye!